Okay, so a lot of us struggle with this question, what is agentic AI? And when this question comes to our mind, we also start thinking about like what relation it holds with LLM, because we are quite more familiar with LLM these days, but maybe not much with the agentic AI. So I will try to answer the it in both the questions. So everyone says agent, almost no one defines it. Before we build anything, we need crisp distinction. So let's go for it. So LLM is basically brilliant mind you can talk to. So this is, as you know, like Chat GPT, all of you know, or Cloud, you know that you can ask questions about anything you feel like, and it try to replies you in the best possible training it has got. So it's just a it's a very big or enhanced state of the art model that is trained on data, and it tries to answer your question. So it's a main brain behind all the agents, whereas agent is basically an assistant you can hand a task to, and it's a very clear distinction. So LLM, you ask questions, but maybe you cannot ask it to create a file for you, or maybe you cannot give it a long running task maybe to do something for you. But whereas with agent, that's possible. And the actual work, the main work, is done by LLM behind the scenes, but we delegate it to agent, and the agent takes care of all the feedback loops and all that stuff. So let's start what an LLM does. So you ask, it answers. That's the whole loop. That's the best or the simplest way we can say what an LLM is. So it's reactive. You prompt, you it is based on the prompts. You provide the prompt and you get the response out. It generates text. It does not take action in the world. So no memory of goal, no next step, it waits for you. So it's clear that it doesn't have a memory to net to to keep the context, or it does not know the next step, whereas it waits for your prompt. So for example, write a scrapper, LLM explains how and then stops. So it gives you instructions, but you have to follow those instructions to achieve a target or to complete a work. But on the contrary, what an agent does is it gives you give it a goal and not a question. Actually, you give it some target that's achievable, or some kind of work that you want to get complete. You want it to complete, so it will work on that goal. So it plans the steps needed to search that goal. It uses tools, runs code, searches, reads, and writes files. It observes each result and correct course. It repeats autonomously until task is done. So you understand, like on a high level, what an agent does. So it is actually, it is brainstorming. It is not only replying you, but it is also trying to decide what next step I should take to achieve that goal. So you provide a goal, it plans, it starts acting, and then it observes the results, and it communicates with back those results with LLM, and then comes up with answer or decide the next step. So this whole process is done again and again until the task is completed. So a LLM is like a brilliant advisor you can talk to, whereas an agent is like an assistant you can delegate to. So the brain is doing the reasoning, whereas the tools, memory, loop, the wrapper lets the brain act, remember, and keep going. So there are three takeaways from this video. An LLM answer, reactive, one prompt, one reply. An agent acts, goal driven, plans, uses tools, loops, finishes. Agents run on LLM. The LLM is the brain, the agent is the wrapper. So in the next video, I will try to talk more about the agent. Thank you.